Hello, peeps and hello, peppers, and welcome to Film Friday. If you've never been here, welcome. It's great to have you here. And I am Frida from Germany, but living in Iceland. I am an artist with multiple disabilities, and on Fridays or Saturdays, I always retell a film with tarot cards as storytelling prompts. And those days I had a good conversation about being gifted and being autistic. I am probably not gifted. I am autistic with some isolated special interests and talents. Films being one of them, storytelling being another. And I still identify with some issues that some gifted people report, like that pedagogical institutions don't necessarily have the resources and knowledge to accommodate the particular needs of the gifted people. So I really, really enjoyed the film Gifted. And I really identified with particularly three characters, in a way also a fourth one, and the three characters are like namely the gifted child who doesn't fit into the school, the shaggy, always improvising uncle who takes the little girl into his home when the mother is no more, and the teacher, like a woman in a hippie dress who is a little bit of an idealist and who tries her very best to accommodate the little girl and has humor and love and also admits to this very human flaw of having a worst student that she cannot stand. So the film has a lot of complex, narrow spots to navigate, and a lot of, I would say, pain. It probably doesn't show all of the complexities of being gifted, but let's say, if I remember that properly, and that's probably a thing that my head pushed away, the uncle first pretends to be the father of the child, because this is a really small town, and let's say the mother of the child took her own life because she spent her life basically solving really complex mathematical problems that even could have landed her in a hall of fame of mathematicians. But let's say her mother was quite a bully. And she, of course, okay, why am I saying of course? But she didn't have many friends, period. And the father of the child was not in the picture until there was a court deal when the mother was already gone over the Rainbow Bridge. The son, of course, well, now I'm talking about the Rainbow Bridge, but like I'm talking about something, happiness and hope. Originally, I wanted to use the cat tarot, but I didn't find it. But because the little girl has an orange cat that is called Freddy, and like some people call me Freddy, and I have red hair, and like the little girl tells in a detailed way how she found this cat in a trash can and how it only has one eye. So, yes, I sometimes also feel discarded, and there is kind of a drama when the bullying mother, that is the grandmother of the little girl, puts the cat to a shelter where it is almost also passed over the Rainbow Bridge. But the cat is a big matter of hope. The cat is a friend. The cat is family. The star, yes, let's say in the end, I would say the uncle, the teacher, and Mary, the little girl, can be stars because a way of the middle is found that I don't want to spoil, but like there is this this test where this mathematics professor writes like a stuff on the blackboard that for me that is just an array of numbers and signs that sort of look like hieroglyphics from an Egyptian tomb. And then this little girl is supposed to solve the equation. And then, let's say she can't tell anyone that this equation is not solvable, like even though it's logically really not solvable, because she was taught that nobody likes a smartass. And actually, this is like, to me, this is both a reason to laugh and to cry because I tried hiding my smart assness, for instance, about zoology and films for a long time. And yeah, there recently was an incident that showed me that like a pedagogical institution that has grown close to my heart is just no longer working for me. Because it doesn't it can't accommodate my nature. The moon is, of course, here intuition. The moon is also like feminine energy. And yeah, of course, the movie Gifted is already like a couple of years old. So I would think that if you continue the story today, you would probably continue it with a teenager or a young adult. And I really hope that Mary in the story grows to follow her institution and institution, I mean, like not follow the institutions where not needed, but follows her intuition and finds the institutions that work for her, where she can also be a smartass. Oh, these cards stick to each other. So yeah, it's a story about sticking to each other as friends and mentors. And yeah, the tower in classical tarot is of course always something crumbling down, and that reminds me so much of the drama when like the court decides that the little girl has to live with the bossy grandma, where like she also declares the only good thing about the grandma is, well, she has a piano. But the grandma is like only about training the girl in maths and more maths and more maths, but totally like, claims she's allergic to the cat, if that's right or not. I don't know. I forgot it. But anyway, the grandma totally ignores that the girl loves this cat and that they're like a solution that at least accommodates everybody, should be found. Here, oh, temptation. What is that? I've never seen this card. Yeah, of course, growing wings, forbidden apples is like, I would say basically everybody is tempted to know best what is so-called right for little Mary. And Mary asks like questions of the type, what would my mother have wanted? And now that I see this bright red, the grandmother uh, is denying any like responsibility in the character and eventual demise of her daughter. She says, well, it didn't just happen because mommy didn't buy her a little red wagon. And I mean, of course, there is no literal red wagon, but she uses that word for like not coddling her daughter, but she totally forgets that there is a difference between coddling and between like taking other people's needs seriously. Patience, of course, everybody has to be patient until uh, the judgment comes out. But actually, here there is a lovely story about waiting, because, like, in all this rope pulling about custody, Mary feels deeply unloved, especially by the father who lives like relatively nearby but never came to search for her. And then the improvising uncle drives her to a hospital where families of various structures and ethnicities wait for babies to be born and display their joy when the baby is born, because the uncle wants to tell Mary she's loved. And I mean, I always start crying when I remember that scene, like, when I was born, who came out and told everyone? And then the uncle goes like, I did. And then Mary goes like, oh, can we wait for another one? So yes, they're waiting for good things, and Mary is like very welcome as a person in her family, and the teacher is also like becoming sort of part of the family, because there is a romance between the uncle and the teacher, even though this is not professional. Yeah, this could be little Mary. I mean, the facial features are different because Grace McKenna, the actress, is Grace McKenna. But actually, this reminds me of some kiddos in my family and when I was small, and it reminds me of this Spice Girls video from the 90s that's called Viva Forever. That's like where the Spice Girls turn into elves, and the magic happens like to lead two children on the path that suits them, and 13 is my lucky number, and we are at 13 minutes here actually. The Hanged Man is always finding a different angle. So I would say like Gifted is a film about finding a pathway, like not only as a person but also as a system of people. That family is not always necessarily blood family. Hanged Man finding a different angle. The cat finds its way home. Here's the moon, like the round completion that also looks a little bit like this sky disk of Bebera, like this really old astronomical instrument. So we should not be afraid of like learning something new, of like finding our closeness to nature and to animals and to yeah, this guy looks almost a little bit like the Shaggy Uncle. So, like a posh house and a piano is not everything. And I leave you to this for this day. Bye bye.